my fans, and welcome back to the MMA channel with me, Marisol. So this last weekend we had a phenomenal fight between Katlyn Chookagian and Antonina Shevchenko. We actually saw an amazing performance by Chookagian as she did win it via decision. Now, at the same time, we also saw one of the worst grappling performances that I have ever seen in regards to Antonina Shevchenko. So let's get into exactly what comes next for each of the fighters and how they could potentially use this fight to move forward. But before we do that, don't forget to like this video and to subscribe for more content, because of course there's going to be more coming. So let's get into it. So we had Katlyn Chookagian win via decision in phenomenal fashion, and she was able to completely dominate Antonina on the ground. Again, like I said, she was able to highlight a skill that she never really gets to highlight in the octagon, which was her grappling. What was interesting about this matchup, however, was that originally it just did not make sense to me. Why would someone, Chookagian, who is currently ranked second on the roster, fight someone, Antonina, who is ranked 12th? Typically, that's just not something that would really happen, as it doesn't quite set up Chookagian for another title fight. At the same time, she could potentially use this, even though she said this fight wasn't meant to be revenge. It wasn't meant to avenge her loss to Valentina Shevchenko, as she did lose to her earlier this year in February. And again, fighting Antonina, her sister. Many were speculating that it was to avenge that loss, but she has completely refuted all of those claims. However, even if that is the case, and originally she did not want to use this fight as revenge, it is actually an ideal situation in order to use this victory to trash talk Valentina Shevchenko and create buzz around a potential rematch. Like I said, she did just lose to her earlier this year, and quite frankly, and many of you probably relate, I have no interest in seeing that rematch anytime soon. And again, when we have the first person, the top contender, who is Jessica, who also did lose to Valentina recently. Then we have Chookagian, who's ranked second, lost to her very recently. It just doesn't make sense for either of them to really fight her at the moment. But again, if you create buzz by trash talking about your victory over her sister, I could see quite a story popping up and getting people riled up and interested in actually seeing a rematch between the two. Will she actually do that? It seems unlikely, but I think that would be the wise choice in this situation, especially if she wants that title rematch. Now for Antonina and her grappling performance. Like I said before, it was mediocre at best. And quite frankly, if she wants to continue being in the sport and to be successful in MMA, she has to really hone in on that skill set. Again, like I said before, her striking pedigree is deep. She was a two-time Muay Thai world champion, so she has that already. That will never leave her. No matter how much fighting or grappling practice that she does, she will always have that skill set. Now what she needs to do in order to be successful in mixed martial arts is to really hone in on takedown defense. She needs that to be stellar. Of course, I don't expect her to become a jiu-jitsu black belt. Again, she's 35, so she doesn't really have a whole lot of time left in this type of career. So I don't expect her to become this extraordinary grappler, but she can become stellar at takedown defense, and she does, quite frankly, need to learn those fundamentals that she so clearly was lacking. What we saw in this fight was her put her arms up while she was mounted, which a better grappler would have armbarred her. And what we also saw was her to turn on her stomach, and a better grappler would have rear naked choked her and easily finished her in the first round. But luckily for Antonina, Chookagian is not that grappler, and she was able to go to a decision. So ultimately, Antonina needs to take this loss and to learn that she needs to focus on those grappling skills and on takedown defense in order to move forward and be successful. But let me know what you guys thought of the fight, and do you think that any kind of buzz will create more interest in a Chookagian versus Valentina rematch? Or are you interested in that fight already? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content. I'll be seeing you next time.